Welcome to Happiness, Harmony, and Compassion. And I trust you're having a good week wherever you are. Welcome, Andrea. Happy to see you here. And I'm trusting that I'm doing this, yes, I'm doing this live here for you and happy to see you. We've been talking about self-care. And today I'm going to talk about being aware of self-care. Doing things like not scheduling yourself to do an interview, a live, and another recorded interview at the same time within 3 hours of each other. Hi, Gomaki. So happy to see you. I was just on a wonderful interview show with Gomaki. And if you didn't see it, be sure and check it out either on her site, Gomaki Saleh, or here on Loving a Life That Is Golden. It was an unbelievably enjoyable conversation and so much engagement. Gomaki, you've got a wonderful audience. And hopefully we'll start to build up here. Today, since I have another interview at 3 o'clock in about 25 minutes, I'm going to show how I like to relax. And that's by playing my flute. Now, I have to tell you, I am not an expert. In fact, I am a very much amateur wooden flute player. But I love to play this flute because it makes me feel good. And right now, I need to do a little self-care for myself to prepare for my next interview. So, ladies and people who watch this or hear this, remember, self-care also involves how you schedule your time for your work. Try and give yourself time to breathe between commitments, appointments, interviews, live shows. So right now, you get to have a little bit of pleasure, hopefully, by watching me as I give myself some self-care. Welcome, Sue Anderson. We're here talking about self-care, and I'm showing how I do a little self-care for myself. First, I'm going to warm up my flute. And bear with me. This is my pastime, my hobby, my relaxation for self-care. thank you for indulging me in a little bit of my favorite method of self-care. And the other ways I like to indulge in self-care for myself is sewing. I like to make hats when I have time. And I like to take long, warm baths and soak my feet. I love to soak my feet in Epsom salts with lavender oil, and then to give them a good oil massage with essential oils. And if I soak my feet for 15 minutes to half an hour and do that oil massage, you should try it. Your feet feel so light and just like you're walking on air. And I like to, and if you add clay, like green clay that you usually put on your face, you can put that in the hot water with the Epsom salts. And if you've been feeling not too well, that serves to pull out some of the sickness. And it does work. What else do I like to do for self-care? Well, I spend a lot of time trying to take care of the face, but I found some natural oils, and I follow the advice I read from some actress a long time ago to wash my face before I go to bed at night. Just a simple little thing like that keeps your skin clear and healthy. And of course, I do my spiritual practice for self-care every morning. I've gotten into the consistent practice. Sometimes it's afternoon if I sleep late. But when I do my spiritual practice, I take at least 10 minutes to sit in silence and meditation. And it's really made a big difference in how my day goes and how much work I can get done, and keeping a good attitude and just feeling like I'm doing something good for myself. Sometimes my mind flies off, but lately I've been doing the process of simply counting my breaths to 10. Each breath, an inhalation and exhalation, is 1. And it has a calming, meditative effect. Actually, at the beginning of the year, I was sitting in meditation for 20 to 40 minutes, and it was really wonderful. And I think it was that time that I spent in silence that prepared me for the breakthroughs I've made and the realizations I've made this year in terms of my online business. So I advise everyone to find some time, some way to be in silence and solitude, which I talked a lot about last week. And to me, it's an essential part of self-care. And, oh yes, I like my dark chocolate. And I usually indulge a little bit. I like the little Dove pieces of chocolate. I can have one of those a day and be quite happy and feel quite cared for. So, ladies, what do you do for your self-care? I've got 3 of you here online I'd really love to hear. You can write your comments or write them later on, because self-care is important, and you should have some really defined practices that you engage in to take care of yourself, to make yourself feel good, to be happy, to be comfortable, to enjoy life. Well, it's been good talking with you, sharing my favorite activity of self-care, playing a flute, which you saw I am no expert by any means, and I haven't played it for a while. It usually takes a few minutes longer for it to get warmed up and have fewer little screeches. So I thank you all who have come here today to listen, and I will be back tomorrow with continuing this discussion of self-care. And now I have to prepare for another interview, which will be on a recorded show at a later date, which I'll share with you at another time. Again, thank you, Gulmaki, for dropping by and for giving me the opportunity to talk to so many people on your show. Thank you, Andrea. I always love to see your smiling face. And Sue Anderson, welcome. And thank you for watching. May you all have a wonderful day. And Andrea is saying her self-care is in the form of relaxing, lying down and watching an old movie to give my mind nothing to do. And she likes the suggestion to sit in silence. Thank you, Andrea. Well, I do the same thing, Andrea. My husband and I do watch movies on Netflix. And sometimes we actually even go to the theater here in Homer when they have a movie worth seeing. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all who've listened. Remember, take care of yourself, and then you can take care of others. Have a wonderful day or evening or night wherever you are in the world.